Simon Ekpa has accepted to negotiate with the United States President and the US mission to Nigeria, but I'm not comfortable with it. Yes, I'm not comfortable with it. I must say that. You see, these countries are powerful, whether we like it or not. They are very, very powerful, and one thing we must learn and understand here is this: that these powerful countries can go to some lengths to, you know, reduce any country they want to reduce. And most of the world problems that people are facing today are caused by these countries. Yes, they are caused by these countries. But notwithstanding, we must again put heavy load and heavy laden on what should be done. Because what must be done accurately. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter who is involved, but it must be done accurately. So, why I'm not comfortable with this meeting is because it's a big risk. And that very risk can level the ground that which we have possessed. And that's the honest truth. That which we have possessed. It takes a very long decision to be made, and as long as we are not trying to communicate in a proper order, let's again understand three or two things that must be said. Yes, three or two things that must be said. And why I said I don't fancy it is that this may be a setup or another way to keep Simon Ekpa behind bars. Because you can't be negotiating with people and you still have your militaries and your police in our state, in our country. It's not possible. If you're negotiating with people, you need to withdraw them first. Then before we start talking about decision making. Things are not done like that. Before we start talking about decision making. You see, we must put ourselves together in the right way and in the right order where everybody must again see what is beneficiary in the things we say. And as victory is spread across, let's equally understand that came as a time of changing. Yes, game has a time of changing. So we hope that the meeting goes well, and as it continues to go well, let's equally place the ball on the court. That Biafra is the only thing that we have to discuss. We ought to put in between, and we must continue to see it come to pass. I don't know how it's going to come to pass, but we definitely have to see it come to pass, because that's the only way each and every one of us must do ourselves better. Victory belongs to this very nation called Biafra. Let's don't forget. So we wish Master Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, a good will on his verse in the new arrow of restoring Biafra. Obviously, Simon Ekpa is not shaking because of some little bags. He's not shaking at all. No shaking. Simon Ekpa replied, the US mission to Nigeria and the United States President has called for immediate negotiation to see what they would do about the sinking companies of some British. there's going to be a negotiation, and there have to be a negotiation. You see, this Biafran thing is not a child's play. If you're emotional, you won't achieve much. That is just the truth. If you're too emotional, you won't achieve much. You will just be one bit closed and one bit disclosed. That's just the truth of the matter. But one thing is very, very important is that Biafra is already coming to that point where the word we speak matters. Yes, the word we speak matters. And by so doing, a lot of gravitation must be made. You see, people will be hurt, but along the line, what is very important to say here is that the game has changed. We will continue to say our mind and do what it is in our heart to make sure that we are not disrespected in any form. It doesn't matter who gets hurt, it doesn't matter who is not hurt. What matters more is that Biafrans have come to stay. Hear me and hear me clearly. We will exist in this world. The same way a white man lives, that's the same way we're going to live. So the US president has heard that the US mission in Nigeria is now threatening to bring back Simon Ekpa because of what? He only asks that you cannot be functioning in this part of the country and our people are suffering because of your chemicals, spillage, oil spillage, and the rest of them. People can no longer fish. And I'll keep saying it. The reason why Nigeria is moving forward is an Igbo man. The reason why they have not Islamized Nigeria is an Igbo man. Everything that is working in Nigeria is an Igbo man. If they don't give us the flowers, we will give ourselves the flowers. I am Andrew Onwa. In the Jurai Ju, I am Andrew Onwa. That's just the truth. So, proactively, let's get together and understand these bases. Everything that we put across, everything that we press, everything that we say in a well remarkable order, let's understand this whole thing that the zoo is trying to do. They are trying to be so manipulative, if I must say, in their areas, in their field. Yes, they are trying to be so manipulative. But what they don't understand is that their manipulation cannot work, because by so doing, we are faster than what they can imagine. So therefore, as we get across, let's equally understand that everything that we have positioned, everything we have searched, everything that we have placed in order should not be removed, because by so doing, it is either we become victorious or we walk out shamelessly. Yes, even the chicken has agreed to it. You can hear that in the background. We have to be victorious. Countries should stop looking at us in the face and telling us what to do. They know that an Igbo man needs to learn. And we have learned, and we're putting it in practice. So one thing we are praying is that may God elevate us. Bless those who are fighting for this Biafran cause. And by so doing, everything will be. Remember Simon Ekpa's word, he said,